Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we will jump into in just a second. But I do have the tarot deck already shuffled that I'll be using, as well as the clarification deck and the advice deck that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate for everyone. So do remember to take what does help and resonate with your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Aquarius, in your recent past you have, it's time to release negativity with the 8 of Cups. So this is an energy of either you walking away from something or something walking away from you. So definitely this energy of something being removed from your life, whether it was your decision or not. Now, with the it's time to release negativity card, there was or is still quite a bit of negative energy in some way, shape, or form associated with whatever this was that was removed from your life. Now, the overall theme for the reading is cleansing. And I'm talking about that already. You know, I usually do it after we get to the immediate future energy, but the cleansing energy to me is, it's almost like this is an energy of making room for something. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like, but I do feel like this is removing something from your energy that wasn't necessarily what aligns with you or what's best for you, in order to make room for something that does. Now, the kicker is, in your current energy, you have balance, spirituality, and practicality with the 2 of Swords in reverse, but it kind of flipped over there for a second. I feel like, oh, okay, so this actually wasn't what I thought it was originally. So you have this balance, spirituality, practicality with this 2 of Swords. It could go either way. And the reason for that is that you're at a crossroads in your life right now, Aquarius. You know, when we go through something that is painful and life-changing, which I do definitely feel like there's a lot of pretty intense energy associated with whatever this is or was, we're provided with a choice. We can either choose to learn, evolve, and grow and transform our lives in a positive way, or we can allow that situation to pull us down. And to be honest, that kind of feels where you're at right now. Now, with balance, spirituality, and practicality, I feel like this is an energy of don't get too in your head, don't get too in your emotions. Make sure that you're allowing yourself not to believe everything you think and feel. Remember to try your hardest to become and step into that role of the observer, right? I feel like you have a lot going on in your head right now. Maybe a lot of different emotions and energies and thoughts and feelings, and the worst thing that you can do for yourself right now is attach meaning to those, because if we allow ourselves to sink into believing everything we think and feel, well then we'll become so overwhelmed by that we lose sight of the process in general. Now, the reason that I feel like you're at this crossroads right now is because in your immediate future, you know, this immediate future kind of energy being, if you follow the advice of your higher self, you have prosperity lies ahead with the Knight of Pentacles. So I do feel like if you choose the path of like growth and healing and, you know, allowing yourself to evolve slowly but surely, this prosperity can start to enter into your life. So kind of to summarize, something being removed from your energy to make room for potential prosperity, but it's up to you to choose the path of pursuing that prosperity in order to receive it. Now, remember, this is very overall energy. Don't know what tarot is going to say, so bear with me. All right. Recent past for Aquarius, it's time to release negativity with the 8 of Cups. Recent past for Aquarius, clarifying it's time to release negativity with the 8 of Cups. Recent past for Aquarius, please. Recent past for Aquarius. Okay. Ace of Swords in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse, or Three of Swords upright. Oof. And then there's the Ten of Swords. This is some heavy energy. Okay. The biggest thing that's coming through in this message is, yes, this is a very painful situation. And it's very much, I feel like, affecting your life in a lot of different ways. Like, whatever the situation is, it's not just like, oh, it's affecting one area of your life. I feel like whatever this is spilling over into other areas of your life as well. But with the Ace of Swords in reverse, there's this energy of not quite seeing the truth of what's really going on here. When we're experiencing deeply painful situations, it's hard to kind of cut through that static to be able to say, okay, what is the bigger picture? What is that kind of deeper perspective? And sometimes we're honestly not supposed to have all of the answers, and we're supposed to just kind of allow ourselves to be in whatever energy that we're in and move through that, for however long that it takes us. Now, the difference is, whether or not it's like, what did I see? I saw something that was like, you need to allow yourself to feel everything you need to feel. You need to allow yourself to be in negative energy when you need to be in negative energy. But don't unpack your bags and stay there. You don't want to allow that to then totally consume you and start to dictate your decisions. But I do feel like with this Ace of Swords in reverse, this is definitely this energy of I feel like it's like you can't see it yet. But this is opening the door for you, opening maybe even multiple doors for you that wouldn't be able to happen if you didn't experience this energy. And so trying your hardest, I know it's difficult, but trying your hardest to hold on to that bigger perspective way of thinking. All right, reset past for Aquarius, please. Lovers in reverse, Eight of Swords in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, and the Moon. This situation has sparked having to face a lot of fear. Fear, doubt, insecurity, limiting beliefs. I feel like it's kind of, this is straight shadow work, or your shadow coming to light. With the Lovers in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse, this energy that you were in, there's something here about not fully seeing your value, not fully seeing what it is that you are deserving of. And I feel like whatever situation that was removed from your life, I'm not going to say there's this aspect to it that I don't know if it made you feel not good enough, or if it didn't align with your worth fully. I'm not exactly sure how it directly affected you, but there's definitely this energy of whatever this situation is, it didn't align with your worth. Which is why I feel like there was this kind of removal from your energy. Now, this card right here is my favorite card in tarot. It speaks of, releasing yourself from the limiting beliefs that keep you trapped and experiencing the same cycles, the same limited kind of experience, instead of, being able to experience the life that you desire, that you dream of. This card was actually on my first vision board. And I say that because this process is really freaking difficult, because it does require you to face all of the reasons that you don't think that you're good enough and deserving. And it's literally the process of learning to love the part of yourself that you aren't that proud of. And whatever this situation was, it sparked that kind of process. So that's why I feel like you're in this process now. Like whatever happened sparked it. And now you're going through it, like you're dealing with it. But like I don't want to downplay what you're going through, but on a bigger picture perspective, it's a spiritual cleansing. It's a cleansing of limiting beliefs of I'm not good enough, I'm not deserving, whatever the case is for you, that is associated with whatever it was that has left your life. So, I mean, yeah, this is some intense energy that you are dealing with. Like this is a big spiritual event in your life as well, even if it doesn't necessarily feel like it. Recent past for Aquarius, please. Recent past for Aquarius, please. This situation, because there's the King of Pentacles. Now, if we're doing a love reading, you could be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but that's not actually how I view this energy. There it is. Because whatever this was, it required you to be someone you're not. It required you, I don't know if it made you feel like you needed to shrink yourself, or if it made you feel like you needed to, it's like you had to change yourself in order to adapt to this situation. In some way, shape, or form. And at the end of the day, with the Empress in reverse, it caused you to sacrifice your own needs, your own desires, like even parts of yourself, in order for this situation to be in your life, which I feel is one of the biggest reasons why it's being removed, because it didn't align with your soul. Not that it didn't play a very important role in your life, but in terms of the prosperity that you're looking for, whether it's emotionally or materially, for like the long term, this didn't align with that prosperity, which is why there needed to be this removal of it from your energy to be able to like open up your energy to gain what is really meant for you. It's like, I almost feel like there was something in your life that was maybe as good as you've ever experienced, whether it's a relationship, a job, a financial situation, and you lost it. But just because something is as good as you have ever experienced does not mean that it's as good as it can get. So it kind of feels like divine protection, to be quite honest with you, Aquarius. All right. Current energy for Aquarius: balance, spirituality, and practicality. But now you're at a crossroads. Current energy for Aquarius. Ooh. Okay, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Devil, Nine of Swords. Okay. Kind of a side message that's coming through, and then I'll read this. You know, people often mistake a spiritual journey or a spiritual pursuit as chasing after no longer having any problems or any issues or like facing any setbacks or anything like that, like getting to kind of this like perfect state of existence. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Spirituality isn't the pursuit of anything. It's having a belief system within that allows you to be able to work through tough times. It's not the absence of tough times, it's the support through tough times. You're going through a tough time right now, Aquarius. There's no doubt about that. This is my favorite depiction I've ever seen of the Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords is this energy of like, sorry, I'm having trouble with this wired mic that I currently have, so you probably saw my camera move. But this Nine of Swords is fear, anxiety, like worries, But if you look at the depiction of it, none of it's real. Nothing that she's worried about is real. It's kind of like I don't want to downplay the way you feel right now, but I do want to try to get you to see that oftentimes we create a lot of our own suffering based on what we attach ourselves to in terms of outcomes. Meaning that we say, since things didn't play out this way, or they didn't play out the way that I expected, or they didn't play out the way that I had hoped, that means that only bad things are going to happen now. Just because that relationship didn't work out, that means I'm going to be alone forever. Or just because that job didn't work out, didn't work out, that means I'm going to be homeless on the streets forever, whatever the case is. And we have to make sure that when we're going through tough times, we don't allow our fear of the extremes to create more unnecessary suffering than we're already kind of experiencing. Because with the devil here, there's very much, you very much had or have an attachment to someone, something, some kind of outcome. And that attachment, and because there is, and I feel like whatever you were attached to is whatever was removed from your life. And because that is the case, I feel now all you're left with, is kind of that fear and anxiety of like, will I ever be happy again? Will I ever be loved again? Will I ever, will things ever be okay again? And the answer to that question is not what you want to hear, but I feel like it's what you need to hear, in the sense of it's up to you. We always have a choice when we're going through tough times to either allow our faith to dictate our decisions or to allow our fear, to dictate our decisions, or to lean on faith. And, it doesn't necessarily, I don't mean faith in a specific God. I don't mean faith in a specific outcome. What I mean is faith that everything is working out for you, even if you literally have no idea how that's the case. And it's not always going to feel that way. And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, just be, toxic positivity, just be happy and grateful all the time. No, that's not realistic, nor is that healthy. You've got to allow yourself to feel all the stuff that you need to feel. But hold on in the back of your mind to the idea that things are working out for you. You just don't know how yet. Because I do really very much feel like that is the case. But your actions during this time is going to dictate the future, how things turn out. Now, I don't want to sit here and say like, you better make all the right moves or else like you're screwed, because that's not what I'm saying either. I'm saying try to do the best you can to lean into the faith that everything is going to be okay. Whatever that means for you, whatever that means, in terms of your actions moving forward, just try not to let your fear of like worst case scenario control and dictate what you do next. Because if you do allow that to happen, that's typically where we start to allow our pain and our loss to control our lives. And that's never fair to ourselves. Current energy for Aquarius. This is a freaking deep reading. I can tell you that much. Current energy for Aquarius, please. You're just going through a cleansing. Not just. I mean, it's a painful one. I'll give you that. Oh my gosh. Don't distract yourself through the pain. Knight of Swords with the Ten of Swords. I mean, yeah, this is tough. Don't distract yourself through the pain, though. One of the things that I have learned the most on my journey is that there's always going to be situations and hard times. There just are. It's about how you handle those times that dictate where you end up. For instance, if you're going through a hard time and you fall into addiction, then that adds layers to the difficult time that you're going through, right? If you are going through a hard time and you find yourself back into like really old toxic habits, whatever the case is, first and foremost, don't add shame to the situation. You don't want to sit there and say, man, I'm so mad at myself for doing all these things that are wrong, because that's not going to help anything either. But try to bring it into your awareness that you are going through a really hard time right now. But if you can handle it with faith, which you can, you are strong enough, because the other card that came out with this cleansing was strength. So it almost feels like this energy that you're going through is like a preparation period. And it's preparation for you to have the abundance that you desire. So allow yourself to work through what it is that you're going through, with the faith that things are going to be okay. I feel like I've said that so many times, but don't distract yourself from the way that you feel. Allow yourself to hurt. Don't mask it, because if you do, it's only going to be harder later on. And I speak coming from experience there. So there's no judgment ever. Current energy for Aquarius, please. Current energy for Aquarius. Your soul is tired. I feel like your soul's tired of rebuilding. Like you've had to rebuild, or you've had to start over, you've had to, make difficult changes. Like it's like your soul, you're tired of that. You're burnt out. You're tired of that. And I get that. But one of the best things that ever happened to me was my life falling apart. I laugh when I say that, because if you would have told me at the time when I was going through it, hey, this is all happening for you, not to you, I probably would have punched you in the face, because that's not, it doesn't help. And well, I think it can help to a certain extent, but it doesn't make you necessarily feel better, because you're like, how is this working out for me? And so it's funny, because I'm sitting here telling you this is working out for you, it's not happening to you. But if I would have heard that at the time I was going through it, I don't know, I didn't lean on any kind of guidance when I was going through that time. But what I'm getting at is that my life falling apart the way that it did caused me to take a very very close, very personal look at myself, my habits, my trauma, my shadow, the parts of myself that I didn't love. And in doing that, I was able to rebuild my life in a way that was right for me. I had my life fall apart a couple of times, the last time being the absolute worst. But that time had to happen almost like for a wake-up call. For me to say, okay, what can I do this time moving forward to make sure that I build a life that aligns with me, that aligns with my soul, that aligns with what it is that I deserve. We have a tendency, Aquarius, to settle in our lives and say, this is as good as it's ever been for me, so this must be as good as it can get. And even though it doesn't align with our worth, we think that we have to accept it, because if we don't accept it, we'll never have another opportunity even close to that come around. That is never the truth. There is always an opportunity for love, abundance, and light to return to your life. Always, always, always. I don't care what you are going through. I don't care how hard things are. I mean, I do care. But no matter how hard things are, there's always the opportunity for good to return back into your life. So I feel like where you're at right now is you have kind of this option. You have this option to allow your pain to consume you and to become what you do moving forward, or you have the option to pick yourself up, and figure out what you can do moving forward to rebuild your life in the way that aligns with you. And that might be like not at all what you want to hear. And if that's the case, like I get it. I've been there. But the one thing that kept me from from allowing the darkness to like totally consume me was my spirituality, and knowing in the back of my mind that things were going to get better. Even in the time when I was like, there's absolutely no way things are ever going to get better. So I encourage you, this literally feels like a reading, like a don't give up reading. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on this life. Don't give up on the universe. Don't give up on your potential. Don't give up on it. It's, when you're going through what you're going through right now is where a lot of people do give up. And a lot of people allow that energy to totally dictate their life moving forward. But this is where your strength is really being brought to the surface, and you have this option to allow it to carry you into some pretty cool stuff. When I was able to rebuild my life, and it took time, and it was piece by piece. It certainly didn't happen overnight. And but when I got to the other side of everything I was going through, being able to look back and understand exactly why things happened the way that they did, exactly why it all needed to unfold the way that it did, and being able to say, wow, I wasn't able to see it at the time, but everything did happen for me, not to me. That being able to get to that point, I cannot explain to you how freeing it is when it comes to being able to say, you know what, if I got through that, I can freaking get through anything. And that is, Aquarius, what I feel like you're dealing with right now is knowing that this is a time not to give up. Balance what you know with what you don't know, and understand that you are loved, you are supported, and you are guided through this process. And it doesn't feel like it right now, but there is a lot of good that can still appear in your life. All that you're doing is making room for it right now. Goodness. Okay, immediate future for Aquarius. Immediate future for Aquarius. Prosperity lies ahead with the Knight of Pentacles. Immediate future for Aquarius. Prosperity lies ahead with the Knight of Pentacles. This is for Aquarius's immediate future. Opportunities. Opportunities that would never be able to come your way if you didn't go through what you were going through. There's the Four of Swords, there's the Moon again, there's the Death in reverse. These changes that are taking place in your life are changes that you never would have made if things didn't happen this way. And they were changes that needed to be made for you in a way that can benefit you. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that everything that's happening is necessarily happening for your benefit. What I'm saying is the energy that you are having to go through in association with this is going to get you to ultimately, with this Ace of Pentacles and prosperity lies ahead, to what it is that you want. That's what this feels like, is this whole process is getting you to what it is that you want. Even if right now, with the energy that you're in, you can't see how that's the case, I do very much feel as if that's what this is saying. Immediate future for Aquarius. This feels like a very specific reading for a very specific Aquarius collective. Immediate future for Aquarius, please. But hope it's resonating for someone. Wow. On the other side of this fear is alignment. On the other side of this fear, of this darkness that you are experiencing, is alignment. Alignment with your prosperity. With what you deserve, with the Lovers upright. Look at that. This is all happening for a reason. You don't need to know what that reason is. You don't need to know what it's going to look like. You just have to know that things are going to get better. You just have to know that things are going to get better, because literally this is what you've been wanting, being in alignment with your abundance, with your prosperity, with what it is that you deserve. And this is like almost guaranteed as long as you take the path of healing and faith. Again, whatever that means to you. Whew. Immediate future for Aquarius. There is a purpose for your pain, Aquarius. Immediate future for Aquarius, please. You're grieving more than just something in your life. One of the things that, isn't really mentioned when it comes to a growth and healing journey is that when you're going through the process of becoming the person that you want to be, you also go through the process of unbecoming the person that you once were. And so whatever situation that this was that left your life, it aligned with a past version of you, a version of you that you no longer align with anymore. This isn't just stepping into this isn't just a spiritual transformation. I mean, I do feel like it is. But it's not just a spiritual transformation. It's not just a personal transformation. This is a transformation of self in all kinds of ways. That's why things hurt so bad right now. Is you are going through this, if you're familiar with the phrase or term dark night of the soul, this is freaking it. If you're not, maybe do some research on it. It might kind of be what you're experiencing. But what has left your life is a past version of you. A past you has left the building, Aquarius. And what it has done is it has now made room, you are currently making room for a new version of you. Right now, you're in that in-between period. You don't really, you've let go. You don't really align with who you used to be. You don't really fully know who you're becoming. And that is a very scary place to be, because there's so much unknown and so much fear and anxiety associated with that. But it doesn't mean that you are going to be stuck in the energy that you are in forever, as long as you choose the path of healing and faith, and you leaning on something bigger than you, a spiritual connection of your own understanding, God, higher self, universe, spirit, guides, ancestors, literally whatever you feel comfortable putting your faith in, even if it's just freaking yourself. Putting your faith into something and into the belief that you are going to be okay, this is happening for you, and that things are going to most likely, with this kind of energy, end up better than they would have if things worked out the way that you thought you wanted them to. So, big freaking transformation you are undergoing here, Aquarius. But hold on, because I do feel like things are going to get better. All right, we are going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive deeper into these messages, clarify, and focus on what you need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. Thank you so much, Aquarius, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Aquarius.